The principles that it used to create this one is called, or it results in harmony. Can we imitate those principles that created us? Put it into the systems that we have created, including AI, especially AI, so we can harmonize the human family according to the principles of harmony and not according to anyone's ego.
The Optimist Show is about news, information, entertainment, and activism. Welcome to the Optimist Show podcast, and we want to welcome all of you wherever you are this time, and thank you very much for joining us as we continue to keep hope alive. The Optimist Show brings you the information as it is, and so we are glad to be with you today so that we can share together. Please like and share, subscribe to our channel, The Optimist Show, keeping hope alive.
tossed and battered, bruised and knocked down, forever changed. But from the rubble, hope rises. The Optimist Show returns.
Well, I must say good day to all of you wherever you are this time, and welcome to the Optimist Show podcast. We are here again with accurate information and some positive vibes. In fact, our intention is to keep hope alive. Today, my guest is Mr. Kwabena Amen. Mr. Amen, I think when we did the program many months ago, he was on a program to talk about some very important information. And today, again, he's here to speak about Black History Month. It's something that we have known about, but we want to hear what's happening in Grenada, actually, for Black History Month 2025. Mr. Amen, good day to you. Thanks for coming on the show, and welcome.
Good evening, brother Milton Coy, and all the people in listening land. Thank you for having me here. I feel honored to be able to share again with you. You have been such a pillar of sharing information in Grenada since we first met many moons ago, and we continue to speak and to work for the upliftment of our people, and for more joy and harmony,
Yes.
And the challenges as we see now is great. The challenge in the human family.
Yes, correct.
On a personal level, on a community level, on a national level, on a global level, on a religious level, on a scientific level, on a military level. All the levels in the human family right now are going through, let's just say, challenges. And and the difference, Brother Coy, as we probably have seen, that the difference now is that how we handle these challenges will determine whether or not we have a conversation like this within the next year or two. So is that urgent? Is that urgent? So relative to Black History Month, now in Grenada, Black History Month doesn't have a great appeal as it did during the revolution, when our people were more conscious of themselves as a family with a history, with a future, and working with the resource of the present. That consciousness that we had in the revolution about our connection to Africa, I think it has been sidelined. Not in the case of Carriacou. Carriacou has always maintained a strong link, right, with Africa. I don't know the details, all the details as such. Every Carriacou person, and you, Mr. Coy, can share that details. But I came and experienced what it feels like to be in Africa in Carriacou more than I did in any other country so far. Now, I haven't been to Africa yet in the flesh, but perhaps if we could solve the climate crisis with all this transportation pollution, maybe one day I may visit. But Brother Coy, let's come now to Black History Month. Why do you think our history as African descendant people, whether we mix up or not, or however we mix up with other peoples on the body level, what do you think is important about our African history? Is it relevant? Is it something that this our bone sticking in the side, or what is the general?
You have said it. You have said it. You have said it. You have used the word a while ago, consciousness, about our African connection. And why is it important? It's important because it brings us to a level of consciousness, understanding. And there was this popular song that, like, all over the place, you can hear it, the comments, that people who do not know the history is doomed to repeat it, or failure, as it were. And so it is important to know your history, be conscious about it. And when we're talking about African, we're speaking about understanding, going back in time, and trying to understand our foreparents, the ancestors, we call them,
and the harmony.
And the harmony. Yes.
Because
yes.
When we go back there, what happening right now, what is relevant in 2025 February, is that we need to get the principles of harmony that existed in African societies before Columbus, before the European people interacted with Africa, and we could extend it to Asia and extend it to Australia, Caribbean, Grenada. We could extend it to North and South America, all the places that Europeans were not. Before the Europeans touched their culture, those people had something we could refer to as harmony, harmonious society, harmonious civilization, harmonious way of interacting and living with each other. We're gonna want to focus on the African one, because right now, the breaking of the African people, I'm not going into much details, I just want to stay very general to show a bigger picture. The breaking of the African peoples and the ripping off the resources by the ego of the Europeans cultivated. Even Africans have European egos. I'm saying European as a mental culture, not a physical something. The ego mental culture of Europeans have been cultivated in all other cultures it came into contact with, contaminating them, making them produce crime and destruction, the ultimate of which is two prongs. One is climate destruction or disaster, climate change, and two is nuclear destruction or man-made destruction. Right? So those two things are now about to happen within the next couple years, months on the planet. The consequence of this is going to be, I don't have to say what it's going to be, it's like all the movies have it. How we avoid it is by recovering the harmony that existed in the African societies, in the Australian societies, in the Asian societies, in the Caribbean societies, in the American societies. The harmony that existed there before contact with what's that word? Europeans.
European. Yeah,
Can we get those principles back now and begin to re-practice them to avoid what that great ego has produced for us? It has destroyed what created us, whatever name you want to give it, and by using what we created, we the ego created this. Let's just for short, I want to say a lot of things very quickly. The money-based society, that once you're using money, that is a creation of mankind. Nothing wrong with it. It's just that everything is wrong with it because the principles inside of it is messed up deliberately.
Okay.
The one last point on what created us. I don't want to give it a name because every name to give it has been contaminated so far. So I want you to give it its own name. Everybody give it listening, give it its own name. That which created this one who is talking. The principles that it used to create this one is called, or it results in harmony. Can we imitate those principles that created us? Put it into the systems that we have created, including AI, especially AI, so we can harmonize the human family according to the principles of harmony and not according to anyone's ego.
Okay.
And that is the Black History Month theme this year.
That's the Black History Month theme this year. What are some of the activities that you're going to be having to create that awareness? Because I think people need to know about this. People need to understand the positive things about harmony, why there should be harmony, and so what are some of the activities you plan to have, you and your group plan to have in reawakening that awareness in us?
Well, that's very nice. Activities planned is not my group. I've been volunteer. I've been drafted. I've been offered. I've seen a place where I can assist some people who are trying to organize the idea. Some people who have kept Black History Month alive since Revolution days. So the activities we're doing include this conversation. And this conversation may reach a much wider audience than the final activity, which is planned for the 28th of February at Cameron Park. There were several activities prior throughout History Month, including giving food to children and to the needy and elders, hosting a community outreach in Grenville and Sauters, and finally it will be this one on the 20th of February, Cameron Park, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And the idea is to raise awareness of what we have connected to Africa, connected to Asia, connected to any other parts of the planet we come from. We also have to see how we are connected to Europe and how to heal. Prime Minister and Mia Motley the other day spoke very well about what needs to be done in reparation. And I just want to remind that reparation, forgiveness. I want to repair what I have done to you. The first thing I must do is to say sorry, recognize what I've done, say sorry and mean it. The second thing I have to do is to restore all the things I took from you, including your harmony. To restore all the physical, material, gold, diamond, ornament, etc. I've took from you, to restore it as much as possible to you. And thirdly, to change that thing in me that made me come to your land, disrespect you, enslave you, rape you, and pillage you for 400-500 years and still doing it. I must change that within me before reparations are made. This is reparations. You're repairing the damage. The damage has done to people on physical, psychological, all levels. The damage was done and the person doing the damage is damaged. A person gives love because they're full of love. A person gives pain because they're full of pain. A person brings destruction because inside them is full of destruction. We can only give what we have. So for Black History Month, we're asking artists and people to come out. We have an open mic section between 3 and 7 p.m. for people to speak. But because in Grenada we have been shut down too much in terms of our speech, since the revolution, I would like to say since revolution because the revolution continues. The revolution continues until the harmony is restored. Mr. Coy, let me tell you one activity we could do. Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique as a sample and example. We have some conscious leaders. One activity we could do, Mr. Coy, is to remove the buying and selling of food. Create a system of national organization, economic production, where food is available as it should be, as it is for all other creatures, all 8.7 billion other species. Food should be free to everyone just because hunger comes to them. And we organize society as it was in the past to remove the slave master head on his printed paper from our daily bread. And we're going to pray to the thing beating our heart, the infinite one, give us this day. Let us manifest this as an activity in Black History Month or in our lifetime in Grenada. And that would be one activity out of the hundreds of thousands that were destroyed through 500 years of slavery. One activity that would begin to make us realize who we truly are and why we exist. Have I gone too far?
No, Have I gone too far? Not at all. I think that you have hit the nail on the head. We need to give ourselves some targets, and I think hunger has been plaguing our world for so long. And what are we doing about it?
Since 1498. Since 1498.
Yes. All right. So I think I want to wish you and the team and all those who are involved in creating that awareness at Cameron Park. Is it on the 28th?
On the 20th of February, yes, and Cameron Park from 1 to 7 p.m. Let me say, please anybody who's listening to this and who has a awareness, a liquor group or a club, create some activity in Carriacou, in Petit Martinique, honoring your African contribution and connections, which you have more than Grenada. We are here trying to create something, right, in the middle of this. Yeah. This is our version of boy, I don't want to say these negative words. Anyway, we are trying to do healing within our own experience in Grenada. Yeah. So you are further ahead here. I think your recovery from Beryl has, again, the lessons you realize, it has shown you how connected and how organized you can be. And to sustain this, the danger is that after you recover, you return back to the old ways of like what we are trying to do. The thing is, we are not trying to become like Trump and go and live on Mars with Elon. We are trying to reverse and live in Africa and drink water from all the rivers. When we pass in, River Road water need to be clean. River Road River, I need to be able to drink water again from that river as I did as a little boy. That is another activity we could do to clean up, money off of food and clean rivers in Grenada. We met the rivers clean here. You know what I mean? The African people, when the African people come here first time under the slave ships, the water in all the rivers were drinkable. Now African people run in the country and you can't drink water from the river. What kind of African people are we? What have we done to the honor and the memory of our African ancestors who went through all the crap they went through? And to survive and to have us here, for us to do this to the land, to do this to each other. We buy and sell food and shoot each other free. We had no jails in Grenada before Columbus. Now then we are free and emancipated. We're jailing our people still. The principles of harmony that existed in Africa need to be recovered and returned as soon as possible. Otherwise, I love you, brother. I love my country and I love the planet.
Yes.
And all the creatures. Yeah, brother. Yeah. Have a blessed one and let's chat again soon. And I hope,
Yes.
Anytime you need to call me, I know our connections are a little difficult, but anytime you need to call me, I'm trying to make myself available.
No problem. And just before we close, just want to remind our viewers and listeners that go down to Come Park on the 28th. Activities there. There'll be an open mic section. And let's try to bring back that harmony that our ancestors, that our foreparents had and gave us, but it was sadly taken away, and we became victims. We became slaves. That's how they call us. But we want to recreate that harmony among us. So, my brother,
yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And all the best to you.
I hope we can somehow record this and send it to you, so at least we can have a recording of what good speech is. Hopefully, a minister representative will come. A lot of performers will be there. Some drums will be there, and some conscious poets and artists will be there. Some dances may be there. There's also Saraka on that day in La Poetry. So Grenada should be buzzing with some good cultural vibrations come Friday. So even if you're not in Grenada, get into our cultural group, get into our cultural vibration. And it's a good energy at this time too, Mr. Coy. There is some cycles coinciding now, which is very good for creative people to express creativity. So enough love.
Thank you. Enough love.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
All the best. Yeah.
It's estimated 1 in every 10 people in Grenada have the sickle cell trait. Having the trait does not mean you are sick or unhealthy. Very healthy people have the trait. Unfortunately, many of these people are unaware that they carry the trait. You see, when 2 people with the trait have a child, there is a 1 in 4 chance that the child will be born with the sickle cell disease. That is why it is important to know if you have the trait. Sickle cell is associated with life-threatening conditions, and it can be very painful. You see, the body's red cells can pass freely through the arteries and veins, but the sickle cells can get stuck, and this is what causes pain. This disease, you cannot catch it from someone. It is inherited. You are born with the trait or the full-blown disease. It comes from your parents. So let's talk sickle cell and what it is about and what can be learned about it and how to live with it. Let's all make better decisions about our family's health by learning the facts and getting tested. A message from the Sickle Cell Association of Grenada. Please call 458-6399 or email us at grenadasc@gmail.com.
Thank you for joining the Optimist Show. Please let us know what you think by leaving a comment and giving us a thumbs up and subscribing, and of course spreading the word. You can always rely on the Optimist Show to deliver accurate information, and guess what? I'll see you on the next show.